Welcome back, Ariel here. First thing first, what I will do is to give you a quick illustration of how everything works so you can kind of see the mountaintop view of how this whole strategy works. Personally, I believe you get to grasp more of the strategy if you can visualize it on a top view level. Kind of like if you climb a mountain, it's hard to figure out which way is the fastest and less challenging, right? But once you reach the top and look down on the trail, you can see clearly which way you should go in the beginning. And that would be the same content that I'm going to teach you, which you can share to your team if you have one. Then from there, we're going to dive deeper on the first stage, which is your Facebook profile. Now, keep in mind that this is only for people who wanted to use their social media as business media where you can capitalize and earn from it. Otherwise, you are free to close this page and ignore this whole lesson because I don't want to waste your time either, right? But if you choose to stay and learn something, you automatically include yourself to the top 3% who could be successful and live life on their own terms. But before we dive in, I want to give you a little bit of introduction of myself. Back in 2012, I went to Singapore to work overseas because I wanted to give my 8 months pregnant wife that time a better life. The salary is good. Technology allow me to communicate with my family and allow me to play with my daughter virtually. Like as you can see from here, right? And I also have some few vacations every now and then. Everything seems right until this event happened in 2017. It was the end of my week vacation in the Philippines. My bags are all packed, ready to go back to my work. Since my 4 years old daughter that time starting to get attachment, I make sure I let her sleep first before I leave so I won't have to deal with the pain associated with those parting time moments. So I go to our room where my daughter is playing. So I slowly went upstairs and slowly opened the door. And then there's this quick sound every time we open our door in the room. She was on the floor playing and she looked up to me and smiled. And then she looked at my pants and shoes. Suddenly her bright smile started to get dull. I then bent down and picked her up and told her, "Come baby, it's time to sleep now." So I hugged her. So as I put her on my arms, humming my lullaby, embracing that special moments when I can feel the warm and soft skin of her, and I'm wishing if I could stop the time just for a little more while. But the clock is ticking, and she fell asleep in my arms. So I have to lay her down on her bed. And here comes the moment of truth. It's now time to say goodbye. So I grab my backpack and about to go down. I don't know, but there's some kind of feelings like I think a father instinct that I wanted to check her one last time and kiss goodbye. So I bend myself slowly and carefully lean onto her. And then I saw these reflections from the lights forming on her eyes. And as I lean on her closely, it starts to flow. She knew I was leaving her again. She was just pretending asleep all along and holding back her tears so that I won't have to worry about leaving her. But she didn't open her eyes, and I'll pretend I didn't know she's awake. After all, I'll be missing my flight. So I have to leave and go back to being a virtual dad. And that's where I started to question my purpose of life. My daughter was in pain.
Malinis lang po kasi nila. Gusto ko po umuwi na lang po sa bahay namin.
And I can't do anything to ease that pain. What the fuck I was doing? I'm not building a happy family. I'm building a generation of broken family. From there, I started to be mentally and emotionally broke. Since then, I've tried many different opportunities, investment schemes, networking, multi-level marketing, MLM, selling insurance, and other stuffs online, watching webinars and training. I was all over the place, following different coaches, studying different books, grinding and hustling. Rejection was become a part of my daily meal. I got some few little results, so I got to continue what I was doing. But instead of me earning my way out to leave my job and go home, I buried myself deeper with all my expenses. I don't know what to say to my wife. Every time I fell short on my money, I get more in debt and I honestly about to quit. I thought it was working, but actually it's not. I can only meet few people a day after my day job, and I was so exhausted every single day. I just wanted to secure the future of my family and have more time with them, but that's not happening. Instead, it's the opposite. Until I decided to take online and met my mentor. I told him my current situation and what I wanted to achieve, and he told me this: Ariel, if you want to secure your family's future, learn Sam. It's the lifeblood of any business. From there, I make sure I date Sam 3 to 5 times a week, almost every single day. If I have time, who's Sam, by the way, if you ask? It stands for sales and marketing. A dying business can cut every department it has, but not sales and marketing. because it is what brings the profit. And without a profit, a company cannot run, let alone pay for an employee or run the business itself. So what I did is I'm using my spare time to build my business while others are wasting their time on parties, binging on Netflix. I read books, learning about business, sales, marketing, even before even the pandemic happens last year, where thousands of businesses shuts down and resulting to millions of people lost their jobs and loved ones. It was a clear sign for me that the job security was an obsolete idea. So I decided not to rely on the mercy of my boss whether or not I'll be staying on a job or not. And finally, take full ownership of my life, quit my job, and live life in my own terms with my family. A few months later, I landed my first big ticket commission online. So what I'm sharing to you today is one of the simple marketing strategies me and many of my mentor students use in our Facebook regardless of what you're selling. And if you're not into sales but you wanted to set up your own online business, you're in the position right now. Now, the idea comes from the sales funnel. A sales funnel is a strategic process aimed to turn a customer into buyers. It's like a mini website is strategically designed for a customer who will land on that page, will take one step at a time until they become a paying customer. First, it evokes curiosity. People are always looking for something. They may have a problem they're trying to solve or wanted to have. Just like that you see in the picture. First is when they got curious of something. For example, they wanted to make more money, so they get curious on how to make money online. Then from there, they see many different options and got interested in doing. This is where you educate them and give them information so they can make a better decision. So if your product is the solution, that decision means sales. And it's the same concept we're going to apply in your Facebook profile. So let's take a look at the mountaintop view of the whole process. As you can see here, this is the average person, right? And the first part of this is the Facebook page, a Facebook group or a Facebook community. Most of your customers is part of a community, either a Facebook page or a Facebook group where they usually hang out. So what you're gonna do is to join the same community, not to spam your links or do what most people do, which is to add people inside those groups and then send cold messages. What you wanted to do is to be a valuable member of the group. Answer questions, interact, participate with the posts, and contribute to the community. When you do this, mostly the admin will like you because you're helping their community get more high engagement. And secondly, over time, people will start to notice you being the helpful member in that group. This is where your Facebook profile strategy will take place. We'll get into more detail of it in a minute. But your goal in your profile is to get them curious and to move them to the next step. This could be up to book a call with you, follow you, or send a message to you. But in this example, we're giving someone a freebie in exchange of their valuable contact information. So our call to action is to click a link that will lead into a mini website or your landing page where they can grab your freebie in exchange of their contact information or their email address, just how you landed in here. Once they grab our freebie, they will then move to the next page, which is your thank you page, where you can introduce yourselves to them, making the first step in relationship building to the customer. So you can give them the next step that they need to do, which is to check their email for the gift. Obviously, you're going to send their freebie in their email and let them know what they can expect from subscribing into your email list. Then after that, you're going to send them valuable tips, lessons, informations, or trainings that you know is valuable for them and help them. For example, for people who wanted to make money online, you can send them tips, hacks, or training they can implement to help them make money online. Think about this. When people join your mailing list or download your freebie, they still don't trust you yet, right? So your goal here is to bring down the skepticism, the fear of that person by giving them value upfront. Usually it takes 5 to 7 series of emails. 5 to 7 emails because an average people needs to have a 5 to 7 point of contacts before they can make a decision. Usually you can do a slight pitch or a slight suggestion, maybe around 2 to 3 of your emails to move them to your sales page. And then on the last day, there is you can offer them the benefits of your products and how it will help them. If they buy from you, you can move them to the next stage or next level if you're promoting other products. If not, you're going to move them to your broadcast list. So you can see here where you get to send them emails to build more relationship with them until they become ready to buy. So build relationship, give value, freebies, tips, information until they become ready to buy. And then they move to the next level or the so-called the value ladder. It's going to be a different topic, but you will understand more of this value ladder if you have the book .com Secrets. Now, let's dive in your Facebook profile. Step one is to put your face and make your profile public. No one wanted to do business with cats, dogs, cars, or cartoon character. People wanted to do business with human. And you wanted the public to come and visit your profile, right? You're doing a business. We're using social media as business media. So you wanted to be open to public. I know this may sound odd to others, but I met a lot of people don't get support from their friends and family after they introduce their business. If that's the case, you may want to create a new profile mainly for business, or when you post about business, you can remove specific people who can see your post in Facebook. There are some settings, privacy settings you can do in Facebook. For me, I use a separate account for my business. Step two is to make a cover photo with your freebie and a fake button using a free software like Canva. You might be asking why put a fake button, right? That's exactly the reason. Curiosity. It gauges curiosity. Think about this. When someone lands on your profile, first thing they will see is your picture, right? Your profile picture. And then what's behind that picture. So when they see your face, they tend to look at the background, and that's where your Facebook cover take over the work. At the back of your profile, your cover photo has the headline that grabs their attention. And what's more interesting is that there is a specific step to find out more, right? That's your fake button. And your goal is to let them click your cover photo, and also a step to click that cover photo. Now, once they click the cover photo, it just shows a picture and nothing happens. It doesn't lead them to a website or something. Now, this what's interesting thing happens. They will look for something to click, and that is where you give them that by putting the link on the description. So this will happen when they click this cover photo, right? They don't see anything, but they see the description. There is a link. Make sense so far? So step number 3 is to optimize your featured photo. Now, Facebook keep changing things from time to time. So depending on what version your Facebook you're currently using, you may see this in a form of stories collection, not like this one on my mobile. So as you can see, all the message aligned to one specific thing to do, which is to click the link. You also can put a fake button on the featured photo and put the link on the description like what I did on the cover photo here. Once they click the featured photo, same thing happens. They will see the link on the description for them to click. So when someone lands on your profile, there's only one call to action for them to do. Is this making sense so far? Let me know. You can reply to any of my emails if you have any questions. And I change things from time to time and adapt to changes. So here's my old cover and featured photo when I used to run a Facebook group before. So the specific call to action that I used was to join a Facebook group. As you can see, I use the exact same concept, right? So step number 4 is to put a specific bio. You can utilize those bio, right? You can just use the headline you use on your cover photo, or this kind of like formula, like I help dream clients to achieve things they desire, or some other headline formula I shared to you in the previous email. Keep in mind that the statement in your bio must complement the message in your profile cover. Everything should be aligned with each other, saying the same message, which is to do one specific thing. You're getting this so far? I hope this is making sense to you right now. Just to make the point here clear, let's say we want our clients to go to a mini website where we give them a valuable freebie in return of their contact information. In this case, it's a free training. So anything they see on your profile should be pointing to grab that free training. Hope that makes sense. So step number 5, which is very, very important, is to make sure you have a good content in your Facebook that evokes curiosity on what you do. Because when a stranger lands on your profile, highly likely he or she will judge your character based on what they see on your newsfeed, what you post every day, your content, which is 80% valuable content, informative with different variations like a lifestyle post, motivational post, engagement post, and 20% selling content. 20% is your CTA post, your call to action post, your offer, you're promoting on something. That should be 20% of your post in your newsfeed. You may not want to flood your newsfeed with what you sell because it will just turn them away. Think about it. If you follow someone who keep on posting like this, the benefits of the product, benefits, buy this, buy this, buy that, you turn to like, oh, can I delete this person, right? So you don't want to be that kind of person. Remember, you are using business media and you wanted to do things very strategic. So to summarize in today's lesson, you learn what is a sales funnel, the mounted top view of your marketing strategy, and the 5 simple steps to make your Facebook profile generate leads 24/7. So if you have any questions, you can reply to any of my emails or send a message to our Facebook page. So tomorrow, I'll be sending you the 7 steps to identify the true objection and how you can overcome this. These steps are extremely powerful once you understand the whole concept about it, including some closing script you can use. I learned from the book, The Sales Bible. I suggest you grab a copy of this book if you're serious about making it, because it's one of the highly valuable skills you can learn in any career or business you wanted to pursue. So watch out for my email tomorrow. You can grab that book in our digital library and many other different books, or click the link at the description below this video. So thank you, God bless you, and have a wonderful day.